Okay, now it appeared.
Yeah. All right. So welcome again. So today we will be seeing about the basic histological tissues. Yesterday we have seen about what is anatomy and the different branches of anatomy, and we have already seen histology means it is also called as microanatomy. Okay, that is the study of anatomy using microscopes. All right. So you already must have studied in your school what is the difference between cells, tissue, and organs. Cell, you know that this is a unit of our body. Group of cells together they form tissues, okay, and group of tissues they together form the organ. All right. So here tissues is nothing but a group of cells. There are many different types of tissues like epithelial tissue, okay, epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. All right, so these are some of the tissues, and we will be seeing these four tissues in today's session: epithelial, connective, muscle, and nervous. All right, there may be some difficult terms. Please practice writing the difficult terms. Epithelium. What is the meaning of epithelium? Epi means outside. Okay, outside. Okay, thelium is the tissue. Okay, so epithelium, it's a group of tissue that covers the body and lining cavities. Okay, that is the outermost layer of any organ or structure is called as epithelium. For example, skin. The outermost layer is covered by epithelium. The mouth, okay, the outermost layer is covered by epithelium. Stomach, the innermost layer is covered by epithelium. All right. So epithelium is the one which covers the body and the organs. The main purpose of epithelium is protection, secretion, absorption. In different places, it has got different function. For example, in the skin, the epithelium helps in protection. Okay, in the stomach, it helps in secretion. In the intestines, it helps in absorption. Okay, epithelium, as I said, is a group of tissue, a group of cells. So all these cells lie on a basement membrane. There is one membrane on which all the cells are arranged, and there is less matrix. What is the meaning of matrix? The intercellular substance. The intercellular substance is called matrix, and usually there is less matrix between the cells in case of epithelium. Now, there are different varieties of epithelial cells. So, there is simple epithelium, another one is called as stratified epithelium. Okay, simple epithelium means single layer of cells. Stratified means several layers of cells. Okay, so simple epithelium, single layer, and stratified epithelium is different layers, several layers of epithelium. Okay. A simple epithelium is divided further into four types: simple squamous, simple cuboidal, simple columnar, and pseudo stratified ciliated columnar. Similarly, stratified is divided into stratified squamous keratinized and non-keratinized epithelium and the transitional epithelium. So now we are going to see all these epithelium. How do they look like along with the examples? All right. What is the meaning of simple squamous epithelium? Simple squamous epithelium. It means, simple means, it's a single layer. Okay. Squamous means flat cells. Okay. The outermost layer is covered by flat cells. Where is it found? It is found in the lining epithelium of the heart, blood vessels, alveoli of lungs. So these are some of the examples. Now in your exams, We might give you a picture and then ask you like what type of epithelium is it, or we might ask the alveoli of lungs is lined by which one of the following epithelia, like that. All right. So you need to know the examples as well as the picture. Okay. Now the next one is simple cuboidal epithelium. As the name indicates, cuboidal means it is cube shaped. Okay, cube shaped. Okay, so cube shaped cells, and you can say it is lying on a single membrane. Okay, so there is only one layer of cell, so it is called as simple. Okay, so simple cuboidal epithelium. Where is it found? It is found in the proximal convoluted tubule of nephron. Nephron is found in the kidneys. Okay, in the proximal convoluted tubule of the nephron, the simple cuboidal epithelium is present. Also, it is present in the thyroid follicle. Okay, so these are the two examples for simple cuboidal epithelium. The next one is simple columnar epithelium. Simple means single layer of cells. Okay, so here you can see single layer of cells lying on a basement membrane. Okay, so this is the basement membrane. Okay, and the cells are columnar shaped. Okay, rectangular in shape. Okay, and where they are found? They are found along the stomach and intestines. So simple columnar epithelium, they are found in stomach and intestines. So usually we will ask which one of the following, where does the simple columnar epithelium is found? Okay, or we might ask stomach is lined by which one of the following epithelia, or we will ask like all of the following are lined by simple columnar epithelia except, like that. Okay, so examples is a must, and also the pictures. Don't only rely on this picture. In the Google images, if you go, you can see a large number of pictures. Okay, you just go to the Google and then type simple columnar epithelium. In the images you can see different varieties of simple columnar epithelium. Okay, in the exams don't expect the same picture to come. Okay, so there can be different pictures. For example, okay, so I'm just showing simple columnar epithelium. So I'm just typing simple columnar epithelium, and then you click on the images. Okay, so here you can see there are thousands of pictures. Okay, but all the pictures have got the same features. If you see, all of them have got the simple columnar epithelium, and all are lying on the basement membrane. Okay, so you need to go through the pictures and understand the concept. Don't memorize. Okay, so how does a simple columnar epithelium look under the microscope? You need to know it. All right, so this is simple columnar epithelium. So we have seen simple squamous epithelium, simple cuboidal epithelium, simple columnar epithelium. Okay, along with the examples. The next one, it is quite a big name: pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Now, it's such a huge name. Okay, what does it mean? See, in anatomy, there can be such complicated names, but if you understand the meaning, it will be easy. I already told you what is the meaning of stratified. Stratified means more than one layer. Okay, more than one layer, it is called as stratified. Okay, so pseudo stratified. Pseudo stratified means what? It is not it is not stratified. That is, there are no several layers. There is only one layer, but it is appearing to be like a multiple layer. Okay, just like in amoeba, in your high school, you must have studied amoeba, pseudopodia. Okay, which means false arms. Okay, so pseudo means false. Okay, stratified means multiple layers. So it's false multiple layer. Actually, there is only one layer, but it appears to be like a multiple layer. Ciliated means the small hair-like structures. Okay, the small hair-like structures near the ends, they are called as cilia. Okay, and columnar because they are column shaped. Okay, so these are pseudo stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Okay, so you can see here these are column shaped. Okay, all the cells are attached to the single basement membrane, but some of the cells are small and some of them are large, but all of them are attached to the basement membrane. But when you look from a distance, it appears that they are multiple layers. That's why this is called as pseudo stratified. Okay, example, trachea. Okay, trachea is an example for pseudo stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. All right, so this is regarding the epithelium. Okay, so we have seen simple epithelium, pseudo stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Now we will see to come to stratified epithelium. The stratified epithelium, there is stratified squamous epithelium. Stratified means multiple layers. There is more number of layers. Okay. Also squamous. Squamous means flat cells. Okay. Here we take the superficial most layer. The superficial layer is called squamous. Okay, in stratified squamous, usually the superficial layer, it's called as squamous. So stratified squamous epithelium. Now this stratified squamous epithelium has got two parts. One is keratinized and the other one is non-keratinized. Okay, so there are two types. So keratinized, what is the meaning of keratinized? Above the squamous, there is a protein layer which is called as keratin. Okay, so there is a protein layer which is called as keratin. Now this keratin is nothing but dead epithelial cells. Okay, the dead epithelial cells. Okay, from that there is a protein which comes out and this is called as keratin. They are found only on dry areas, for example skin. Okay, now non-keratinized. Non-keratinized means the superficial layer does not contain keratin. There is no protein keratin. They are found in wet areas. Example, esophagus and cornea. Cornea is present in the eye. Esophagus is the for the place where from the mouth it goes into the stomach. The tube which conducts food from the mouth to the stomach. Okay, so keratinized and non-keratinized. Keratinized means it contains keratin, a protein, okay, whereas non-keratinized, it does not contain keratin, okay. If you would have seen your skin, okay, your skin appears different from your lips, okay. The inside of your lips, it looks smooth, okay, it looks moist, right? Whereas if you look at your skin, the skin is a bit dry. So why is the skin dry? Because on the outermost layer of the skin there is keratin, whereas in the lips or inside the mouth, if you see, it also contains skin. The outermost layer is stratified squamous epithelium, but they do not contain keratin, and that's why it is non-keratinized. Okay, so now you know the difference between stratified squamous, keratinized epithelium, and non-keratinized epithelium. Now, how do they appear in the microscope? Now, here I have shown you with pictures. So here you can see the cells. There is only one basement membrane and there are multiple layers. So this is a stratified epithelium. Okay, the superficial most layer, you can see the cells are flat. Okay, the cells are flat. So this is stratified squamous epithelium. Now, how will I say this is keratinized or non-keratinized? See here, the outermost layer, there is only one pink layer. There is no nucleus. You know, the cell has got nucleus, right? So, in the outermost layer, there is just pink one. Okay, so this is the keratin. Okay, this outermost pink layer part is called as keratin. Okay, so this is stratified squamous keratinized epithelium. Okay, and here if you see, the keratin layer is not present. The pink layer on the top is not present. You can see the nucleus even on the topmost layer. Okay, even on the topmost layer you can see the nucleus. Okay, so this is stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. Okay, so stratified squamous keratinized epithelium, example skin. Stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium, example mouth, esophagus. Okay, so all the intestinal structures. So these are cornea. So these are lined by stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. Okay, the next one is transitional epithelium. Okay, transitional epithelium. Now, this is a specific epithelium which is found only in the excretory organs, you know, the kidneys. From the kidney, where the urine is produced, and from the kidneys, it goes into ureter, then the urinary bladder, where the urine is stored, and then the urine is released out through the urethra. So, all these three U's, urinary bladder, ureter, urethra, they are lined by this transitional epithelium. Okay, now how does this transitional epithelium look under the microscope? This is also a stratified epithelium. You can see there are multiple layers. On the topmost layer, you can see there is ballooning of the cells. Okay, the topmost cells are not squamous, they are not flat. Okay, you can see they are rounded. Okay, they are rounded. Okay, some of them say that it also looks like an umbrella. Okay, umbrella shaped cells or pear shaped cells. Okay, so the topmost layer is umbrella shape or pear shaped cells. So this is called as transitional epithelium. All right, so whenever an epithelial slide is being given, look whether if it is, first thing you need to say whether if it is simple or stratified. Simple means it is single layer, stratified means it is multiple layer. All right, now the next one is simple layer, stratified, simple or stratified. The next one is you need to say whether if it is transitional epithelium, you need to look into the topmost layer. If there is a rounded ones and umbrella shaped cells, it's a transitional epithelium. If the topmost layer has got flat cells, it is called stratified squamous epithelium. If there is a keratin layer, it is stratified squamous keratinized. Here it is stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. All right. So once again, I will revise the epithelium. The epithelium has got 7 types. Okay, 4 simple ones and 3 stratified ones. Simple means single layer. Okay, simple squamous epithelium, which means flat cells. Example, heart, blood vessels, and lungs. Simple cuboidal epithelium. The topmost, it is simple means single layer. Cuboidal means the shape of the cells are cuboidal. Example, it's found in the nephrons and thyroid follicles. Simple columnar epithelium. Sorry, simple columnar epithelium. So simple means single layer. Columnar is column shaped cells and they are found in the stomach and intestines. Pseudo stratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Pseudo means false, stratified means multiple layer. Okay, so it is not a multiple layer. but it looks like a multiple layer. Okay, there will be cilia on the top, so that's why it's called a ciliated. And the shape of the cells are column shape, so it's called columnar epithelium. All right. Now, stratified epithelium, two parts, keratinized and non-keratinized. So, in the stratified squamous, look into the topmost layer. The topmost layer is flat. So, this is stratified squamous epithelium. If there is a pink layer on the top without any nucleus, so that is the keratin. So, this is stratified squamous keratinized epithelium. And here you can see stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. The transitional epithelium is named because, okay, the outermost layer of cells, they are pear-shaped cells or umbrella-shaped cells. Okay, and example, it is found in the urinary bladder, ureter, and urethra. Do you have any doubts until now? One of you can unmute it. Any
No,
doubts?
no.
Or okay, so now we will go on to the next type of tissue. So this one is the connective tissue. Okay, connective tissue. As the name indicates, it connects the cells. Okay, it connects the different parts of the epithelium that makes the organ to form. Okay, so connective tissue. So basically, it helps in binding the structures. It helps in support and protection. It also fills the spaces. It produces blood cells and it stores fat. Okay, so these are some of the functions of connective tissue. And as in the epithelial tissue, different connective tissues can have different properties. Okay, so different connective tissues will have different properties. So now we will see the different types of connective tissue. Okay, so here you can see the connective tissue is broadly divided into 6 types. Connective tissue proper, fluid connective tissue, supporting connective tissue. The connective tissue proper is divided into loose connective tissue and dense connective tissue. Okay, so the loose connective tissue and dense connective tissue. Fluid, because they are liquid in shape. Okay, the fluid connective tissue is blood and lymph. Okay, so
Doctor, what do you mean by connective tissue proper?
connective tissue proper, these are the real connective tissue. They have all the properties of a connective tissue. Okay, they bind the tissues together. Okay, they bind all the tissues together, the different types of tissue, they bind together. Okay, this is
Yes, sir.
fluid and this one is supporting is bone and cartilages. Okay, so loose connective tissue, as the name indicates, the fibers are loosely packed. Okay, they are loosely packed. Dense connective tissue, the fibers are densely packed. The blood, it is mainly present in the circulatory system. Lymph, it is present in the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system, I will take the class separately. The cartilage, it is a solid rubbery matrix. Okay, and bone, it is solid. Okay, solid crystalline matrix. Okay, so these are the different types of connective tissue. So we will see about each one of them in detail. How do they look? Loose connective tissue. Example, adipose tissue. So adipose tissue is an example for loose connective tissue. It's also called as areolar connective tissue. The dense connective tissue has got 2 types, regular and irregular. Now let's see how do they look under the microscope. So the loose connective tissue contains mainly of fibroblasts. Okay, fibroblasts are the cells which are forming the fibers. They are called as fibroblasts. Okay, they contain white and yellow fibers. So this is loose connective tissue. So this is how it appears under the microscope. So we'll put a picture like this, and then we will ask you, what do you see under this? What do you see under the microscope? Okay. So this is a loose connective tissue. So here you can see a large number of fibers. Okay. These fibers are coming from fibroblast. Okay. These fibers are coming from fibroblast. So they are loosely arranged. So these are called as loose connective tissue. The next one is adipose tissue. Okay. The adipose tissue, it mainly stores fat. Okay. It is found beneath the skin, around the kidneys, heart, and the breasts. Okay. So how does this appear under the microscope? It appears largely like an empty box. Okay. So here you can see it looks like empty. Okay. And the cells here, these are the nucleus. The nucleus is pushed towards the periphery. Okay. And what does this contain? It's actually not empty. There is a large number of fat inside this. But in the microscope, it appears to be like empty. Okay. So actually they are not empty. They contain a large amount of fat. So this is adipose tissue. Okay. Adipose tissue. The next one is dense connective tissue. The dense connective tissue has got regular and irregular. Regular means the fibers are regularly arranged. Irregularly means they are not in a regular fashion. Okay. Examples for regular, it is found in tendons and ligaments. Okay. And irregular, it is found in the skin. Now let's see how does it look under the microscope. So here you can see this is a connected, both are connective tissues. They are densely packed. Both of them are densely packed. Okay. Now this one, the fibers are regular. You can see it is regular. So this is a dense, regular connective tissue, and this one is dense, irregular connective tissue. Example for this is tendons and ligament, and example for this is the skin, the connective dense irregular connective tissue. It is located below the skin. Okay, it is located below the skin. Okay, so once again, let's review the connective tissues. Okay, so the connective tissue, loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, the blood and lymph we will see later. Okay, the cartilage and bone. After this, we will see what is cartilage and bone. Okay, so the loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue. The loose connective tissue has got fibroblasts. Okay, so this is how it looks. The adipose tissue, it contains fat, and this is how it looks. Okay, it contains fat. The dense regular connective tissue, the dense regular connective tissue has got fibers which are densely packed, and whereas here also they are densely packed, but they are on an irregular fashion. Okay, so here you can see dense regular and dense irregular. Example for this is tendons and ligaments, and example for this is under the skin. All right. Any doubts with regard until now? Any doubts?
What does ligaments means?
Yes, I'll come to it. I was wondering, like, somebody will ask this question. Tendons and ligaments. So tendons and ligaments, they are found near the tendons. You know, it is found in the muscles. The end of the muscle is called as tendon. Ligament. Ligament is the one which connects the joint. Okay, so there are fibers which connect the joints. Okay, joint, you know that when two bones come in contact with one another, it's called as a joint. So these joints are held by ligaments. Okay, so they are held by ligaments. All right. Any other doubts?
Yes.
Yes, tell me. All right, we'll go to the next one, the cartilage. Okay, the next connective tissue. This is a
Sir,
specialized.
tendons is the one that connects a muscle to a bone, and ligaments is the one that connects a bone to a bone, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, cartilage. The cartilage, they are special dense connective tissue. Okay, it is also a dense connective tissue, but it is special. Why it is special? Because they contain special cells called as chondrocytes. Okay, so they are also dense connective tissue. Cartilage is also a dense connective tissue, but they are specialized dense connective tissue. So why they are special? They contain the cells called as chondrocytes. Now there are three types of cartilages: hyaline, elastic, and fibrocartilage. Okay, hyaline, elastic, and fibrocartilage. Now just like the previous sessions, we will see how does a hyaline look along with examples. How does an elastic look, and what are the examples? Fibrocartilage, how does it look, and what are the examples? All right. Now, a cartilage means all the three contains chondrocytes. All the three cells, all the three tissues contain. Hyaline cartilage also contains chondrocytes. Elastic also contain chondrocytes. Fibrocartilage also contain chondrocytes. Now, how are we going to differentiate it? Now, this is a hyaline cartilage. Okay, hyaline cartilage. What do we see here? The chondrocytes are present. How the chondrocytes are present? They are present in small groups within cell nests, solid and smooth matrix. Okay, you can see these are the chondrocytes. They are usually present in groups. Okay, so they are usually present in groups, and in the matrix you can see a thick part, a thick portion, and a light portion. Okay, some parts are thickly stained around the chondrocytes, and if you go away from the chondrocyte, it is lightly stained. Okay, so this gives a glassy appearance, and this is called as hyaline cartilage. Example, trachea. Okay, so hyaline cartilage is usually found in the larynx, trachea, and bronchi. What is larynx? Larynx is the respiratory passage. Okay, the respiratory passage, the from where we speak. Below the larynx is the trachea, where we breathe. The trachea then divides into bronchi. Okay, so larynx, trachea, and bronchi. And costal cartilage. What is this costal cartilage? You know the ribs, right? The ribs on the anterior part, they are covered by means of a cartilage, and these are called as costal cartilage. Okay, so these are called as costal cartilage. All right, so hyaline cartilage, the chondrocytes are in groups, and they are thickly and thin stained matrix. Examples: costal cartilage, larynx, trachea, and bronchi. All right. Basically, you need to know how they look under the microscope and give some examples. Excuse me. Now, the elastic fibers. The elastic fibers, okay, so they also contain chondrocytes. Apart from the chondrocytes, there are some elastic fibers. And as the name indicates, it is more flexible. Okay, they are more flexible, elastic. Okay, example, pinna, that is the ear, the outside ear. Okay, so if you bend your ear, it will come back to its original position. So that's because it's made up of elastic cartilage. Also, epiglottis. Now this is a structure which is located inside, okay, above the larynx, and it prevents the food from entering into the larynx. Okay, so epiglottis. Now this is how the elastic cartilage appears. Here you can see the cells. Okay, the cells are not the chondrocytes. The chondrocytes, they are not in groups. Okay, they are not in groups. And if you see the matrix is uniformly stained. Okay, the matrix is uniformly stained. Okay, so the cartilage cells, okay, the cartilage cells, they are separate, and the matrix, they are uniform. Whereas in the hyaline cartilage, you have seen there is thick and thin stained matrix. And usually the chondrocytes, they are in groups. Here they are not in groups. All right. Now fibrocartilage. Fibrocartilage. They are, as the name indicate, they contain a large number of fibers. What fibers? Collagen fibers. Okay. Dense white collagen fibers. Okay, so dense white collagen fibers. Okay, and these collagen fibers, they are less flexible. Example, intervertebral disc, that is between the vertebra and the ligaments. We have already seen what is a ligament. Okay, so this is how it looks. You can see a large number of fibers. These small dot ones, they are the chondrocytes. Okay, they are the chondrocytes. And here you can see the chondrocytes are not plenty, only very few chondrocytes are present. Whereas in elastic and hyaline cartilages, a large number of chondrocytes are present. Okay, in fibrocartilage, it's mainly by the fibers. Okay, a large number of fibers are found. Okay. So once again, we will see the three cartilages: hyaline, elastic, and fibrocartilage. Hyaline cartilage, the chondrocytes are arranged in groups. There is a thick and thin stained matrix. The elastic cartilage contains elastic fibers and they are more flexible. Example, pinna and epiglottis. Okay, if you look under the microscopes, the chondrocytes, they are separate and the matrix is uniformly stained. In fibrocartilage, it's mainly formed by collagen fibers. Okay, they are less flexible compared to elastic cartilage. Okay, they are not much flexible. Example, intervertebral disc between the two vertebra and the ligaments. How do they appear under the microscope? You can see a large number of fibers and very few chondrocytes. Any doubts?
So what is intervertebral disc?
Intervertebral disc, you know, in the backbone, right? The backbone, the spinal column. Okay, the backbone, the spinal column, there are vertebra. Okay, so this vertebra are attached with one another by means of intervertebral disc. Okay, the backbone is attached to one another by intervertebral disc. Don't worry, in the next session we will be seeing about the bones. I will show you the pictures of what are the intervertebral discs. Any other doubts?
The more chondrocytes, the more it becomes elastic.
Yes, in chondrocytes, not only because of the chondrocytes, elastic fibers. The elastic fibers is important for elastic cartilage. Okay.
Okay.
Doctor, what does matrix mean?
I can't hear you. Can you be a bit loud?
What does matrix mean?
Matrix. Matrix is the structure which unites these chondrocytes. Okay, a fluid-like substance which unites all the chondrocytes. Okay, so remember, in our body there are no empty spaces. Okay, it appears to be empty, but it's actually not empty. There are certain fluid here. Okay, so these are called as matrix, the one which unites the cells, chondrocytes.
Okay.
Okay, now let's go to the next one, the bone. Okay, so this will be the final one. The bone is also a type of connective tissue. Okay, but in bones you need to know a large number of terms. Okay, so in today's session we are going to see a large number of terms. Okay, so in cartilage we have seen they contain a special cells which is called as chondrocytes. In bone the special cells are called as osteocytes. Okay, in cartilage it's called as chondrocytes. In bones it is called as osteocytes. Okay, each bone is made up of a unit called osteons or Haversian system. Okay, the central part of this osteon is a canal and it is called as Haversian canal. And the Haversian canal are connected by Workman's canal. Okay, so we are going to see what are these structures and how do they look under the microscope. So this is a microscopic picture of the bone. This is transverse section and longitudinal section. In yesterday's class, I told you what is transverse and longitudinal, right? Transverse section, okay, transverse section and coronal section. I told you as coronal section. The coronal section is longitudinal section. Okay, if the bone is cut into half and the horizontally, it appears like this. Okay, if it is cut longitudinally, it appears like this. So this is cross section. This is longitudinal section. Now, what do you see in a longitudinal section? You can see some circles, right? This circle, this entire circle. Okay, so there are many circles like this. Okay, so these circles are called as osteons or the Haversian system. Okay, so this entire circle is called as osteon. Okay, now in the center of the osteon, there is a small canal. Okay, this is called as central canal or Haversian canal. Okay, Haversian canal. What passes through this Haversian canal? The blood vessels. Okay, so each osteon has got a central canal which is called as Haversian canal. Now the Haversian canal, so here you can see, here also you can see the osteons and in the center there is central canal or the Haversian canal. The Haversian canal are connected with one another. Okay, so here you can see this is one Haversian canal, this is another Haversian canal, and these two Haversian canal are connected with one another. Okay, here also there is another one Haversian canal which is connected to the other Haversian canal. Okay, so all the osteons are connected, okay, by another canal, and this canal is called as Workman's canal. Okay, Workman's canal. All right, so here you can see this is the actual picture, the central canal. Okay, this is the osteon. Okay, this is the osteon. Okay, and in this picture you are able to see all the structures clearly. The osteon, the Haversian canal which has the blood vessels. So here you can see the Haversian canal, and this is the another Haversian canal, and these two Haversian canals are connected by Workman's canal. Okay, you can see the two Haversian canals are connected by Workman's canal. All right. Okay, any doubts? So these are the things which you need to know in case of bones. Okay, so the special cells in bones, they are called as osteocytes. Okay, so the rounded structures, they are called as osteons. Okay, or Haversian system. and in the center of the osteon there is Haversian canal. Okay, and these Haversian canals are connected with one another by Workman's canal. Okay, so I think we will stop the session today, and in your next week um, we will be seeing the bones and the muscles